Greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I wanted to talk some today about a positioning of teeth where you had had a bridge or something for a long space of time. The cortical bone, like if you extract a tooth here, and you'll have bone kind of like this, and you leave it alone for several months, and this bone moves together like such, and it comes together, and this is the hard cortical bone structure, fits, and you've got a tooth on this end and a tooth on the other end, and it has been taught that you can't move these teeth into this hard cortical bone here. And I thought that was the way you couldn't do that. But I got a case like this was transferred into my office, and they had a gap there, and they were going to put a bridge, and the young lady had teeth behind this. And I said, if you want to give me some time, I can move your teeth into this position. I had done some before and had not recorded it. So anyway, we started on this young lady, and she's a real nice young lady, and got a nice smile, and she came in with this, the type of braces on here that I didn't use all the time, but anyway, I knew how to finish them up. And then this gap right here, this bone had grown together. It was just very narrow, and if you took the tissue off of it, the bone structure would be almost like the knife edge right there. And so we said, I can move these teeth into this gap and fill it up, or you could have a bridge in there. That would leave one of these teeth kind of moved up about that far, and it wouldn't touch just right. I'm not sure about the tooth behind it, and this is a bicuspid tooth that's missing right there. So she agreed to that, and so we started this, and it took me a little longer than I thought, but it was done. Now on this side they had more of a space right here for that to fill. Now we look at them from up above, that's the cheek is filling in here, but the bone structure had moved like that. And people have always asked me, how long does it take to move a tooth from here to here? Well, it depends on this bone structure. If that bone is grown in like that, it takes a lot longer than if the bone is straight across here and you extract a tooth and you have it ready to go and you move the tooth in there almost the day you took the tooth out or somebody took it out. You get them in and you have your stuff all set up to start with and start moving it in there. You can move it in before this cortical bone has time to come together like that. But if you don't, it'll come together in that fashion. And then it's a much slower thing working with this heavy cortical strong bone. It doesn't change near like cashless bone, everything. But that's what we were planning to do with this young lady. And so she agreed to that, and we start out, and I think, well, she's got a wisdom tooth up there, but I'm not sure. I think that's gone down over the bottom. But we can close this gap, and she'll be without a bridge in. You can have this part of this back tooth will be in here, this one, come forward some. Well, I take it back. This lady she had wisdom teeth all the way around when I got a better x-ray here. And So when I move these teeth in here, this wisdom tooth will be sitting kind of like that. And now this one, wisdom tooth could come in and rest on this with some sticking over the back here. Or she might have to have it taken out. But we're going to try to close this bicuspid space by moving all these teeth forward in here. I'm sorry, I forgot when I did that. This was 1987, 12 when we showed this. And my memory kind of slipped me there. All right, we got on this and we moved this tooth in, and I have to put that, trying to pull this root up in the bony structure so it'd be straight and get this one back here. But we finally got it up there. This is 10-3 of 88, and we got it in. And now this tooth right here, you would have to upright it to get it to fit there, and you may have to do it over here too. And I'm not sure just what we did, but I think we did that. So we did. We set an uprighting spring in here and here. We raise that up like that. It kicks this tooth back and it comes in like that. And now this is 10 of 89, and I got a little more than I had thought about doing here. And we keep the prize. This one got up real quick over here. This one still wasn't there, and we wanted to keep trying. So we got it setting up two back in here. It looks like we got a cavity we got to have somebody fill. And so we made that in there with that. And this looks like a part of a root still in that area there that I should have gotten out. But we closed this into a knife edge ridge, but it took quite a while to do. This is 5 of 91 right there before we really got down to where we were thinking of taking the braces off. And now we set up a retainer for her, and this tooth will come down. This wire's on the inside of that. This tooth will come down here, and we'll leave it. This one already did, and filled it in. So we kept all the wisdom teeth and everything, but it took us to 92 to do that. So it took several years of working on that before we got that space closed, and where she had and on the tissue where it went together, there we were braiding it and put it together. And you can see how it came together. And after we got it in there, it had a little dimple where the teeth. Now these teeth carry their bone with them as they go, and these carry their bone with them and pulling that together. And so you can do that. It's going to take you a long time, and it takes a lot of effort pulling it in there, but you can close that. So if you have a tooth, you're going to remove a tooth, have everything set up the day you take it out, or somebody takes it out, put a gauze in there, stop it from bleeding, and start the cavity, closing that space up the day you take the tooth out, and you will get it in there in about 1/3 of the time it would take you if you let this bone harden up in here. It takes a lot longer to do. Okay, thank you for watching, but remember, you can close the space where there's a knife edge ridge. Now, if you got 2 or 3 spaces like that, it doesn't pay to do it. It would take so long, and you wouldn't have anything to fill up the gap behind. So you bridge it. And if you do an implant, you got to split that thing and open it up to get an implant in there, and that's not any fun either. So the thing you do is catch it before it happens, and it's like a stitch in time saves 9. That's certainly a true thing here. So if you are going to extract a tooth and you want to pull the teeth from behind, start it the day you take the tooth out. So thanks again for watching, and that's part of Straight Wise Orthodontics, and we hope to get this going to our organization. Thank you, and I'm going to close out.